You have all been waiting for this box. You have been waiting for me to talk about manga grading, and you have been waiting to see what they look like in the hands of the people, all the ins and outs of it, and come on, we want to know how cool it looks up close. So let's get into it. All right, so I have here a box, and inside this box is multiple graded. TheMangaSloth has got some graded manga. Beckett, the company who is grading and slabbing the manga, slabbing being a term I will be using, which means sticking manga or collectible cards or comics or games into these hard plastic shells where they are kept preserved and graded. Beckett, the company who is grading the manga and also grades cards and comics and other things, reached out to TheMangaSloth and said, yo, my guy, we'd like to grade some of your manga and see what you think about it. So I said, sure, I'll send you some manga, and I did, and now they're back. So let's crack-a-lack this open. Now I'm gonna be giving you an idea of how to grade things, what to do on the website, all the different ways you can send it in, and everything in this video. And we're also going to be obviously unboxing these and seeing what's up. So first things first, I can already tell the packaging is definitely primo, and I see the multiple graded manga here, and they are each individually wrapped, also in bubble wrap, which we will see. I'm going to be giving you an up close and personal look at all of these, so do not worry. So there we go, we got them here, and they are wrapped up nicely in these mega bubble wrappers to protect them. Now as we're opening this, I'm sure you're wondering, why is there a need to grade manga? Well, there's many reasons to do it, and my reasons are on the more of the collecting type of side. I do not plan on reselling these ever. These are things that I want to keep in my collection, and this is a great way that you can display the manga in a different way and not just see the spine. Time skip. This was wrapped in 2 layers of this extra bubble wrap. It is in a personal bag, which we will see now. My Kinokuniya version of Attack on Titan with the alternate cover. This, just like every single one else you're going to see here, these are all doubles. These are doubles of volumes that not only am I never going to read again, if I did want to read, they are doubles. So let's take a closer look at this one. As you can see here, this is the Kinokuniya version. Like I said, we got the shiny B over here for Beckett, and also you will see you are able to customize the top of your grading with different things. I picked cherry blossoms in the background here, as you can see, which I thought would be nice for the ending of Attack on Titan. Now this one got a 9.4. We will talk more about grades, but I am not worried about the grades of my manga that I got graded. Even if they got zeros, I would still slab them because they are just volumes that are for display and have some sentimental and or meaning for me. And this is just a nice way to have something from Attack on Titan, is the way I was going about this. So if I sell my whole Attack on Titan series or I sell my whole collection, these are certain things that I would keep. They're just nice displays and ways to remember manga. So as you can see, this one is Attack on Titan number 34, and it says Kodansha 2021 Kinokuniya exclusive, Death of Eren Yeager final volume, 9.4 white. Cover art and story, we got the mangaka there. On top, this is interesting, it also has the information on top with a QR code, so you're able to track and see what is going on with certain manga, and or if you buy one of these, you can scan this and see where it's been, what it's up to, and if it's legit. But for me, they're going to be standing straight up like this. They come in this nice heavy duty. On the back in there we have a barcode, and it has some of their information there. Overall, it feels really good. It feels extremely safe and secure in there. The way they did the backgrounds with these, I think, is definitely a plus. You can have it all white or clear like all the normal things, but having it with the little extra back there of cherry blossoms or multiple other things, as you're going to see you later is a big bonus. Let's open up the next one and keep on going. Now let's keep going. We got more to open. Let's get to the second one here. These are packed great. So manga grading is not going to be for everyone. Just like every manga series is not going to be for everyone. If you want to grade a manga like me to collect and have on your shelf, it's a double or something, do it. It's going to be worth your time to seal them up, have them displayed, and they're going to look nice. But if it's not your thing, then it's not your thing. And I picked 3 different types of manga in a way. I picked a exclusive art cover with the Kinokuniya one. This one here is a misprint, so we're going to see how they deal with misprints. And then the final one is more of a semi-regular one, more nostalgia. Now when it comes to grading, a lot of people immediately go to the collectible card game grading market and the toy market and the coin market and the comic market, which have an immensely bigger secondary market with them than it comes to manga. So fear not, this is not something unlike the other ones that the everyday person can go out and scalp and just make everything ridiculously priced, and you're not going to be able to collect the series you want, or it's going to hinder you. If someone wants to go and seal up a $500 Mushishi volume, they can. And if they want to sell it for double the price, more power to them. But if I wasn't going to buy it at $500, I'm certainly not going to buy it sealed at $1,000. So don't worry, folks. So next up here, and this one did come with a sleeve on it also, it's just in there. Okay, we do have the misprint I sent. This one looks sweet. I'm real excited about this one. Let's take a closer look at this one. Okay, so here's the next one, and as you can see, this is all in black and white. If you've seen this before, this is the Ancient Magus Bride Volume 8, and here is a regular one to just give you an idea. And this is a misprint, and it's all in black and white. I got this one from Meet the Weeb family. We did a trade. So I thought, you know what, let me send this to Beckett and let me see what they do with a misprint. Also, like I said, I do not care about my grades on these, because whether they're 0 or 10, I'm not selling them or getting rid of them. But I'm gonna let you know I am very surprised at a 9.2. The volume is not in perfect condition, obviously, and then with it being misprinted, a lot of people would see that as damage, because that is not how it's supposed to come. And as you can see, it is black and white. At the top here, it does show everything. Ancient Magus Bride number 8, 7 Seas Entertainment, and it says first print error edition. That is interesting. First print error edition. And it says manufactured without color on cover. And now the cover is also not on the spine, and it's also not on the back. And as you might already be able to see, instead of just a white background, I got this dark, gloomy looking swamp there. You can see it a little better on the front. It has a little purple in it. And then here you can see the top here, which also says first print error edition. I think that's pretty cool. And you can see the difference there between these two with the cherry blossoms and then the dark creepy swamp type. So I think that's really cool that now there's at least a neat way to display and get your misprints out there. This has just been sitting back in the shelf where no one's ever gonna see, and I think it's a lot cooler that it's in this and it's available, that I can stick it on a shelf for display and show it off. So if you have any really cool misprints on the covers or spines or something, that would be really cool to slab up, in my opinion. Let's go and open the next one. I'm excited. So far so good. Both of these came out surprisingly well. Now when it comes to manga grading, they have a grading scale. As you can see, the grading scale for Beckett starts at a 0.03, which is an incomplete, goes to a 0.05, which is in poor condition. Then it goes from 1 the whole way up to 9 in single digits, and 9 is very fine to near mint. And then after 9, they start breaking it down even more. 9.2, 9.4, 6, 8, 9.9, and then a gem mint 10. Now, if you know anything about manga, it is going to be difficult to get a 10, in my opinion. You can go to a Barnes & Noble or your local bookstore and you can see 30 volumes of Chainsaw Man Volume 1, and out of those 30, there might be 1 or 2 that might make it past an 8 at best. It's not like you're just gonna find gem mint 10s or close to it anywhere, which is another reason why the secondary market is not going to be working in a bad way for manga that is slabbed and or graded. Because if we see Gem Mint 10 Chainsaw Mans on eBay for $300 and you go, bummer, but oh well, I can go buy 500 more, you know, and read them my own. If you just want something special, then you can buy it. While we're here, right before we open up more graded manga to check out, let me show you here. They have signature programs. Now this is about getting signatures from certain people and mangakas, artists, you know, authors. This is where you're going to get them authenticated, and we are definitely going to be trying this here in the near future. I'm going to get some manga from mangakas that I have signed, and they have some artwork on them and stuff. We're going to see how those are, because those are things that I would not mind having slabbed up so I can display them even cooler and better. So to grade manga, it's so simple right now. You just go and they have the tankobons right now, which are the normal sized manga volumes are what you can submit, and then after that, then you get to choose what service you want, and that becomes grading and slab only. I plan on trying some slab only ones. I believe it will look exactly like the ones I'm showing you. They just won't have a grade on them, so you'll be able to get all the information and the different, you know, different cool labels on the top. So for right now, let's try grade your manga, and then you can reholder them if you had one that broke or you want to re-slab it or something like that. If you ever have an issue, you can just contact Beckett. They'll figure it out for you. Add a manga, and you get to put issue. You put the issue number, the month, the year, the publisher. Is it a varying print run? And then down here you can see you get to choose one of these top cool labels, and they're starting off with 6, and they might get more in the future. Here you see this Berserk one with a cool horror themed looking, kind of like Junji Ito looking thing. You got Koi Fish, you got some of the ones I've shown, you got Speed Lines, and then they have additional services for $6. You can get them to clean your manga. I do not know exactly what that entails, but maybe that's a way they wipe it down professionally, or they do a way of cleaning it if you have some sticker residue or something on it, or if you just want to check that to make sure you get the highest grade, or to keep your manga extra pristine and get any finger marks or anything off of it. And then you can authenticate and verify signatures, and it will cost $30 to grade a manga and $20 to slab a manga. And when it comes to the grading part, the experts there, they grade on a multitude of factors such as cover condition, spine integrity, page quality, inserts, and overall appearance. And also, just in case you're wondering, sealed manga is not gradable. If you are sending them a manga that is sealed, it will be unsealed to be graded. All right, next is next. Let's open up this one. This one, I do remember, this one is probably my worst condition one that I sent in. Now, like I said, I was not obviously sending these in because I cared about the grades. I do not care about the grades. Out of these three, this is the one I have owned the longest. One of the manga I have owned the longest in my collection. And this one has some sentimental value to me. So let's peel this one out. So right off the bat, you can see this is my One Piece Volume 1. It's the one that has the foiling on the number and the letter there. Not the full foil one of 5,000 one. I've never had that one. This is just a regular light foiling one, and I got the speed lines here because this is a shonen. Now right off the bat, we got a 9. We got a 9 out of 10. I'm very impressed. Again, I knew the volume was not in the worst condition, but it was not in the world's greatest condition. I was expecting this to be in the 8s, but that just goes to show how much I know about manga grading. This one is important to me. Real quick, I'll give you a little backstory. This one's important to me because way back in the day when I had no manga and I did not know of One Piece, I didn't know what One Piece was besides hearing people talk about it and say they loved it. I went to a local bookstore, one that you won't even know the name of, and I seen this exact copy copy on the shelf, and I picked it up, and it was my first One Piece manga, this foil one, and I bought it and it changed my life. Now I have all the box sets and everything, so this is a double. So I'm happy to have this one sealed up and able to be displayed. Let's take a look at it. We got cover and story by Oda here. We have Viz Media. This is the 13th printing. This is from 2009. It's a good while ago. Reprints One Piece chapters 1 through 8 from Weekly Shonen Jump in English. We got the 9 there. We got the rest here, the QR code, and then the back. The back is looking good. One thing that these slabs do for manga is they compress them and they seal them, so they're not going to be moving around and shifting, and they're all real nice and tight and they feel good. Another thing I didn't talk about is they stack. They have indents on them, so they stack. So it's hard to see there, but they are stacking where they're not moving. So this is something that I would 100% get slabbed from Beckett, whether they were working with me or not. Let's talk about these. Is manga grading for you? Well, that's going to be up to you. You cannot find something that every single person on the planet is going to love. In my opinion, manga grading is a good thing. It's just another way to do something else with manga. It's another way to collect. It's another way to display. It's another way to be talking about manga. I'm talking about manga right now, and I'm more excited that I get to display this cool misprint. These can be behind me and they can be showed off in streams and stuff. I think they're neat. I think they're a great way to preserve something that is important to you. Now, while it's not for me, on the other side, and you want to try to find the best Chainsaw Man volume and slab it up and try to get a 10 and then try to sell it and make a bunch of money, I think that's cool. Though on that side, I do once again want to reiterate, I believe there is no fear. So everyone needs to chill out. There is no fear of manga being scalped, being hoarded, and being an issue, because everyone's looking for Ancient Magus Bride number 8, but the only ones in existence are all slabbed for $1 billion on eBay. It's just not going to happen. Another thing, in my opinion, is I have some very rare manga. I have manga that's out of print and worth a lot of money. So if I went and got like a Toriko volume 15 and I slabbed that, sure, I just slabbed a $150 volume. Well, who's gonna buy that? Maybe somebody would buy that, but I'm not sure who. If someone, like if I needed a Toriko volume 15, which I needed in the past, I would not look for a slabbed one. I'm not going to be sticking this in my shelf. I have 1 through 14, this giant thing, 16 through 40 something. It's not gonna work like that. I would rather have the single outside of this. So it would not be something that I would be buying. And if somebody's on eBay and they're buying a One Piece Gem Mint Volume 10 that is sealed, I think they're buying it because they're a huge fan and a collector and they want to stick this on their shelf. Now, as you know, people do this in the trading card and comic and a bunch of other places, but those places are much different than manga. Manga gets printed to wazoo. And for trading cards, if you're looking for that special Charizard to slab up, you know, you might get one of them in every 12 boxes or something like that. So you are spending $1,000 to find a Charizard. You can find this everywhere on Earth 1,000,000 times over. Then worst case, you can read these all digitally. So in my opinion, I think there is more positives and fun things you can do with manga grading than any negatives that I've even heard of. They all just get debunked immediately. Make sure you stay tuned, because I am going to be giving away some graded and slabbed manga, and we plan on doing some crazy things you probably have not even thought of with the manga grading system in the future. So stay tuned, and I'll see you all next time.